Fernacci with Serious Software. Welcome back to our Joe's No series. In this video, let's focus on the unique needs of estimating small format jobs. Joe Chanis, one of our business consultants, is here with us again and ready to dive into small format estimating. It's good to have you with us, Joe.
Hey Nick, thanks for letting me join you again.
Now, to get started, when does it make sense to run jobs as small format digital over traditional offset?
Typically, you'll find there are two deciding factors which always point to the small format: quantity and turnaround time. When you have a short run, for instance, 1 to 2 lots of business cards, maybe 500 sheets of letterheads, small run of flyers, then it makes sense to run these digitally. Same thing if the job requires a very quick turnaround.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what details are critical to capture in order to put together an accurate estimate?
Ultimately, of course, you want to quickly generate the pricing. To do that, you want to capture your equipment costs, your paper costs, your click charges. Also, being able to quickly give your customers different prices based on multiple quantities is critical.
Okay. Now, in control, how long would completing an estimate for a flyer typically take?
An estimate for that would likely take under 2 minutes, including custom finishing options, such as folding, shrink wrapping. Here, let's take a look at the estimating screen.
Okay.
Let's take a look in Control. I'm going to open up this small format pricing form, and you'll notice we have within print types a drop down where we can choose different types of products: digital booklet, flyer, letterhead, for instance. I'm going to choose digital flyer, and you'll notice we'll pre-populate with certain information such as our size, which can of course be overridden, and then as a default, standard bond sheets, and then within standard bond sheets it will allow us to choose different types of papers. We'll leave the default alone for the moment. And then you'll see again it defaults as a standard within the flyer to a single-sided color, and our source file being a digital file. For our purposes, I'm going to change it to double-sided for this flyer, and let's choose a quantity of 1,000. So we have 1,000 digital flyers, and now we can go in and choose finishing options. So let's say we're going to fold this, and we'll choose our folding, and then our machine, if it's an auto feed, Martingale, and then what type of fold is it: bifold, trifold, Z-fold, whatever it might be. And those drop downs can be tailored to what you offer, of course. And you'll notice we're building our price as we go. If I were to change this over to manual feed, you'll see our pricing is going to change to reflect a different rate, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. But I'm going to go back to the auto feed, and let's say we're also going to shrink wrap this. So we're going to go for 2 packages, and let's say we're going to put 500 per pack. And again, what is our machine that is doing the shrink wrapping and the particular type of film, and the system will calculate how long it's going to take as well as the amount of film that's being used. If we take a look then at our press details, again we've defaulted to a Xerox. This drop-down list will again reflect the particular pieces of equipment that you have. For our cutting, in this particular case, it's going to be a guillotine cut. It's a single cut. And then we also have the ability to go in and within our multiple quantity grid easily define several different quantities. It's very typical to have a client ask for a price on 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000. So let's say 2,500, 5,000, and then calculate. And quickly at a glance we can see our comparative pricing. The first price being the quantity we already selected, and so it's 22 cents a piece. On 2,500 drops to 20 cents, 0.2084, and on 5,000, 0.2017. at a glance we see it here. You also have the ability to show that on the pricing form. Now let's just take a quick look at our Parts tab. And here we can see our bill of materials. So the system is calculating our machine run time, our cutting, and then our labor rates, our cutting, print labor, our click charges, our paper usage, as well as our costs and materials for our folding, as well as our shrink wrapping. And at a glance we can see what our total cost on the job is, as well as our markup and our margin, and a snapshot of our labor, material, and equipment costs. Today, companies ranging from wide format to blueprinters are trying to offer everything to their customers. It really makes sense for them to offer short-run, small format digital jobs.
Definitely. Thanks so much for offering your insight and taking us into Control.
It was a pleasure.
If you'd like to see how Control can help your business specifically, schedule a personal demo with us. To get started, call 800-552-1418 or take a look at our other videos on our YouTube channel at Serious Control.